Hey everybody, it's time for Friday's eye look. I'll show you which products I used and how to do it, and hopefully you can achieve it at home too. If you have any questions, remember you can always PM me and we can do a FaceTime tutorial together, and just keep watching and practice. The best way to get better at your eyeshadow is by practicing. So I'm going to use a whole bunch of shadow scents because when I did this look for my Yule Ball and everybody was so excited about it, I kind of started with something else and then ended up doing the eye that I did. So I'll show you kind of how I built it up and what I do. So usually when I'm doing my makeup, which I have my foundation and blush and contour and eyebrows on and everything, usually before I do my eyeshadow, I always base with Candlelight, but this time I took Candlelight and Whisper Pink and mixed them together. So that's what I'm going to do first. So I'm mixing the colors on my hand together, the Whisper Pink and the Candlelight, and I'm gonna just blend it out on my eyelids, give me a nice neutral base, and I also use it as a highlight. So I'm gonna take it around down into a V shape to brighten up the eyes a little bit, make sure I go right under that brow to make it pop. And I'm just being really, really soft with the bristles here. Even bring it up over the brows. Like I said, any excess that I have, I'm going to use as a highlighter. A little bit more on the inside here, which I'll touch up a little bit later, I'm sure, as I build this up. And you guys can see this is just like a soft, super compact brush, and I'm just tapping it on there. So once that looks good, I'm going to take my Mocha Java Matte Shadow Scents and my Mulberry and mix that 50-50. By the way, Mulberry makes a really good blush as well. And Mocha Java makes a good contour and brow color. Remember, our products are multi-use. Okay, so I'm going to mix those together. And I'm going to take my Bdellium round dome brush. It is... let's see. Oh no, this is the blending concealer, 938. I'm just gonna go in there and sweep it over most of my eye, almost up to the brow bone. So when you're doing your eyebrows, or I'm sorry, not when you're doing your eyebrows, when you're doing your eyes, you should open your eyes and see where you're putting your color. Because if I just took this color and put it right here, when I open my eyes, you can't see it, but when I open my eyes on this side, you can. I need to get a little bit more of the eyeshadow out. Just be very mindful of the placement of your transition color. This is going to be like the base of your eyes, so make sure you take it almost up to the brow bone. I'm also going to take what's left over on my brush and take it under my eyes to help with that smoky eye illusion. Ooh, that was cute. Okay, so that is the first part of our building our base. Then I'm gonna take the rustic brown, which is also, I have a little bit of that in my eyebrows, one of my favorite eyebrow colors. And I'm gonna just I have that blend, but once it sets and dries, it doesn't really affect the color. That is like way too much. That's okay. And then I'm gonna take another little bit smaller round dome brush and just sweep the very edge of it, because I don't want tons of product, because remember, I'm building right now. I can always go darker. It's harder to go lighter. And then I'm gonna do that. Remember, when you're holding your eye, you don't wanna like tug it flat. You kinda wanna just like lift a little bit and be able to still see your, still have your eye open. So I'm just gonna take it in a V pattern. Just a little V pattern. And I actually wanna extend this one all the way. I wanna avoid hitting this area, but I wanna take this color up and do that crease. Don't worry about messing up or the blending factor, because we'll get to it. It'll happen. So again, a soft V pattern. You can do light circles. The farther away you hold your brush, the softer your application is. The closer to the base, the more deposit you get. I want kind of a really strong present in my crease, but if I put it exactly in my crease, it would be hidden because of my eye shape. So that's why I go slightly above my crease, just to make it more present. Okay, so say you're like, ah, crud, I got a little bit in my space. She told me not to get anything in my space. That's fine, you still have this clean brush. Watch this. You blend it out, and we're gonna build that up later. So we can just soften it up. It's no worries. And then we're gonna take that mulberry and mocha java brush and go in and blend that top line a little bit. Blend until you're happy. So now we got like a super, super good base for what we're doing here. And then if I'm like, oh, what's going on with that side? I'll take that light all over concealer color and clean it up. Because it's fun like that. I also want to take a little bit of that rustic brown. Remember, we're building and building upon color to give it that really pretty smoky eye look. So I'm just going right off the brush with my round dome. And this time I'm only going to take it about halfway in. I don't want to have too much product on that. And I'll take this rustic brown almost halfway through, maybe 3/4 of the way, just to give it some depth on my eye. Just depends on your eye shape here. It's good to let the eyeshadow meet with the top, but you want to kind of sweep it up so that it gives that really pretty illusion of a wing. That's when I grab this like super, it's a tight brush, a tight round brush, and I go back in and I want to start causing a little bit more sharpness and detailing. I'm going to go back through because I want my eye to kind of pick up right there. If I want that vintage smoky eye, I want it to kind of tick up and give the illusion of a cat eye, because not every eye shape can hold like the traditional winged eyeliner, but you can give the illusion of wings. On the wings of love, I can do anything. So that looks pretty fun. Then we're gonna go in with the onyx. This is our dark black color, and I'm gonna go in with a small smudger brush. This is to give you an idea of the size of it, like the difference in how much product it holds. It's pretty firm, and it'll go exactly where I want it to. And I'm just gonna pick the color up off the brush, or off the wand, onto the brush. Now I'm just trying to really add a lot of nice depth to that crease and make it super pretty and more pronounced. Don't worry about those. Make like Bob Ross and know it's a happy little accident. We can fix it later. Okay, so it's starting to come together a little bit more. The fun part is when we add the glitter anyway. Okay. Here. Work your brush back and forth until you're happy with the look. There we go. Clean up that line a little bit. Clean up this line a little bit, and then I'm going to start to make it darker. And I'm going to build up the outside a little bit more because I want more of that dark smoky eye. So I'm just going to tap. It looks real cute right now, huh? Tap that and get my bigger smudge brush and start to kind of pat it on there because I want a lot of deposit of color. Really start to build that smoky eye out. Leaving that inside alone. Ooh, I almost grabbed the brown. Okay. You can keep adding as much as you want here, and even after we add the inside bright glitter color, you can come back and add more dark. It's just really up to you and the look you're going for. I like to add a little more depth and work darker and darker as I go. Okay, so now we kind of have like this crazy, doesn't really look that clean, but don't worry about that because we got to build the inside again, right? So I took that there, and just with my finger, you guys, that's why I said don't worry about if you make a mistake, because we're going to clean it up. I'm going to roll that on there. Oh, look at that. It's no big deal. No big deal at all. Because we're gonna blend, blend, blend. Look how crazy that looks, you guys. I promise this is how crazy it looked when I did it the first time. Okay, so starting with that brush that I had before, I'm gonna tap it in. I don't wanna swirl it around or lift anything I've already done. I just wanna tap, tap, tap. Your goal is to take a small amount of product and blend it really nicely so it looks beautiful, soft, and very opening to the eye. So then I also wanna take the same brush, or yeah, that doesn't really matter. Same brush, and I'm gonna go straight up towards my eyebrow. Straight up towards my eyebrow. Don't sweep back, okay? Just straight up towards my eyebrow. Straight up towards my eyebrow. This is me cleaning up my messes. Making it look a little bit cleaner. That cut crease is a little bit cleaner now. And then we still have our wand with the black. Just go back through, sweep over that. Easy to hide. Like I said, it's easier to take it darker than it is to bring it lighter. Usually when I show you guys videos, I have it go out and in, and it opens up here. This time, if you look when I close my eyes, it's gonna be more angled this way and then into the crease. I'm just again adding more depth and cleaning up where I got that light white color on there, and I'm showing you with an angled liner. If you go in, you can make that like a really sharp cut crease if that's more of what you prefer. That's not my preference, so I like to blend it out a little bit with my clean brush. And then we get to play with the glitter, which is super fun. So here's my trusty hand palette. Picking the glitter up off there. You see I'm making that combo. And then you can use your finger to tap it. But at this point, I don't want to have to like re-smooth it out again, so I'm going to take another round shader brush and just go into the color and tap it on. I want to tap it on top. So this is where you can have a lot of fun. You can make this inner eye color any color glitter. You can make it as glittery as you want. I used a loose silver glitter powder to make it really pop because my dress for the Yule Ball had lots of silvery sequins. So that glacier glitter has a lot of that silvery white glitter. So I believe that night I took even more and just kind of popped that glacier glitter on top. I'm also going to put it on the inner third on the inside just to really brighten my eyes up. Looks really, really pretty. Super bright open eyes. Looks kind of crazy without my fun hair and no mascara on, I'm sure. Okay, so then last but not least, I added even more eyeshadow because I was like, why not? I took the glacier glitter. I'm sorry, not glacier glitter. I took the Candy Cocoa Shimmer. And I went underneath all of that to add depth. And then just took, like, wipe off as much excess as you can and kind of took it in line of that onyx. And I'm going to blend it out with a round brush. Time for another cardio workout of blend, blend, blending to make it look beautiful. And from here you can totally, like if you're like, oh, I want it to be more smoky, you can totally add more of the onyx. Like I think that I will add a little bit more onyx. This is also informative for like taking your day look to an evening look, like making it a little bit more dramatic for the night ahead. There we go. And then on the inside, blend those together just a little bit with our leftover highlight color, that color right here. We're gonna take the rest of that and again, just add a pop to the brow. Add a pop to your brow. Okay, if that wasn't enough, then you gotta add eyeliner and lashes and mascara, so let's get to it. I'm gonna use our black lash extend just because I like how true black it is. And why not put lash serum on my lash line, help my lashes grow. So don't be afraid to do your eyeliner in parts. Do a little bit at a time. And I always tell people when they're learning to go for your, like, trying to hit the base of your lashes as opposed to right above them. Because 9 times out of 10, you're gonna hit in the right spot that way. And then if you make a mistake, you see like I have that little bit of a bump, use water or your finger, a clean finger, one way, one swipe, wipe it down, and then clean your finger off and do it again, okay? Don't do that if you're doing somebody else's makeup. Don't lick your finger. That's gross. And then for my wing, I start at my bottom lashes and direct the brush up, and then you could connect the 2 lines about midway through to make a triangle. And that is how you complete a wing. Pretty easy. You want to make sure that you have a nice clean line. Add your wings of fury. Don't be afraid about this messing up too. It's okay. Remember that everything can be fixed. You can use your nail to swipe down, or you can take your brush with a little bit of makeup remover and clean it up, or your concealer brush and clean it up. Or I'll draw my nail down it just once. But then there's our wings, and now we get to do mascara. Because I didn't want this video to be hecka long, I wanted to speed this part up. So on one side, I am using our new Under Sense that has our lash serum in it. And then on the other side, I'm just putting a coat of our new mascara, which also has the lash serum in it. So wearing the 2 is really awesome because you get both of them together. So there's one coat of just mascara. It's pretty good. And then again, remember this is just the Under Sense, so now I'm gonna put mascara on top of it. I really like the wand on our non-waterproof mascara because it gets those little tiny lashes, but the waterproof mascara builds so nicely. And hello, who doesn't want waterproof? Whenever I have allergies or I've had a cold, so my eyes tend to water a little bit more, it's nice to have stuff that does not run. Not that this stuff does either, but this stuff is just a teensy bit easier to get off. I hope you guys are really enjoying the faces I'm making. As I do this, you guys, it's cracking me up. I hope you enjoyed this video and the amount of weird faces I make while producing your show. Okay. So just the mascara on its own, again, remember, turn to the side for you here, and then mascara with the Under Sense here, and then face on. I think you guys can tell the dramatic difference, right? Like this one's like, and this one's like, oh. So there you go. That's how you do this eye look that I did for the Yule Ball. Oh, if you're not happy, here's my last tip. If you're not happy with anything, or if you're like, oh, I just wish it was a little bit more blended, always have a big fluffy brush that has nothing on it, and go back and sweep it through to clean up and make pretty anything that you feel like didn't blend well enough. And you could just wipe it off on a towel in between going eye to eye. But then that just gives it that soft finished look, and you guys will be ready for your Yule Ball, or just a fun girls' night out, or whatever it is you want to do. Just make it fun. All right, thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I hope you enjoy this cut crease Smokey eye tutorial.